Ciao, ooh-wee. Grand Rising family. It is September 11th, 2025, and there's a lot going on in the world. First things first, it is another year, another anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, whether they were tests, what do you call that? Foreign or domestic terrorist attacks. The truth has yet to be revealed. However, a lot of people lost their lives, and it was a global situation. So there's a lot going on the world. I didn't come live yesterday, but last time I did come live, we were discussing a Karen who who called ICE and alerted the authorities that there were immigrants living there, and a raid was conducted. That was the last conversation we had. And since then, quite a few things have happened. Charlie Kirk, which everybody knows, was shot at the Utah campus. It was a kill shot. Very unfortunate event. We will be getting into some of that. Poland has decided that they might start pushing Article 4 against NATO because some Russian drones have flown over their territory. We'll get into a little bit of that. There's a lot going on. There was a young lady that was slaughtered on a bus. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but we'll be discussing a little bit of that. Just a little bit of current global events is what we will be chopping it up with. But first things first, I want to come over here and finish up. Oh, and there's my dog. Hold on. Somebody might be at my door. Let me see. No, somebody's walking by. Okay, well, first things first, family, I want to share my screen with you. And I told you guys that I was going to come up and that I was going to do a deep dive on the Hyundai allegations to see if that lady knew anything that she was talking about. Again, I think I'll stick to calling her Karen instead of by her government name. But I did look up some details about what Hyundai had going on, about any type of illegal immigration, anything that I could find. Well, comes to find out that there was a lawsuit that was filed by the Department of Labor after the plant was accused of employing minors. Okay, and just to sum it up real quick, this is a Wikipedia, so we're not going to take this at complete face value, but we are going to, kind of get a little summary, I guess. In 2005, Hyundai started a manufacturing plant in Alabama. Okay. The production is supported by a number of parts suppliers in Alabama, including Smart, which Hyundai also owns. Other parts suppliers involved in the scandal include SL, Washing, and Ajin. I don't know these. Some workers at these part suppliers were recruited by temporary work agencies, which reduced the liability of those suppliers to recruit laborers who are legally eligible to work. So far, there has been, in this whole incident, there has been, it's some fines paid out. And come to find out, it was a teacher that called in. Okay, a teacher called in and made a report. Let's check this out though. So this is the Honda, and this is not in Georgia where that lady lived, but this is the only thing I could find. This is the only thing I could find that had Hyundai and some type of illegal workers. Okay, in the state of Alabama, you have to be 17 and under to be enrolled in school. Okay, so if you're not enrolled and you are a minor, they're going to keep track of you. Okay, same way in Texas. But let's get into it. Now, this incident, it took place in 2021 is when the teacher called. Regulators were first tipped off about child labor by a school official in 2021 who told them that a child around 12 years old was working at a plant in Greenville, Alabama. And after the Reuter's investigation into SMART, they fired all. How do you fire underage workers? They fired all their underage workers in fear of an inspection. Baby, they weren't supposed to be there anyway, so they just gave them their freedom. It says that it employed more than 10, about 12 to 16. Look, over 20 boys were around 12 to 16 was the age group. Okay. Including, let's read this. Okay. They were first tipped off. Hey, well, what's up? Thank you for being here, baby. Sorry, I'm not over here in the chat, y'all. And I'm sorry I was late. I was over there with Stinson Googling it up. But anyways, back to this Hyundai people. Oh, let's read through it. Okay. The regulators were first tipped off about a child labor in Hyundai's supply chain by a school official in 2021 who told them that the child around 12 years old was working in the plant in Greenville, Alabama. After the Reuter's investigation, the company then fired their underage workers in fear of inspection. Another parts supplier employed more than 10 underage workers, according to several employees, including one manager who was around 12 to 16, worked around heavy equipment, including operator forklifts and welding. After 2 incidents of teenage workers falling and injuring themselves, an employee said he would tell them this person shouldn't be working, but they didn't care. The employee also alleges that Hyundai officials wearing Hyundai branded shirts visited the plant while the children were working on the floor, saying it was obvious they were minors. On November 22nd, 2022, so about what? When did that complaint come in? In 2021, it doesn't say the month though. Okay, so the next year, the following year in November, the inspectors from the state and federal departments of labor conducted a surprise inspection warehouse in Montgomery. They found that a boy had been working at 3 different part manufacturers from the age of 14, which resulted in the Alabama Department of Labor fining 3 separate staffing companies $5,000. The maximum state penalty for a child labor violation. Wow, that's crazy. So in 2023, Hyundai enters talks with the Department of Labor to ensure compliance with child labor regulations. A group of 33 Congress members led by Democrat Michigan Congressman wrote to urge Department of Labor to take immediate action to rid Hyundai's supply chain of child labor. So this is the only instance that I can find. And back here, let me take y'all back, family. They were still in court. I don't know what, let me see. Federal court. This was this right here. Get this. Oh, I hate these pop-ups. Okay, the U.S. Department right here. There was alleged employee, a 13-year-old child, worked over 50 hours per week in an assembly line. The child was jointly employed by Hyundai another auto parts manufacturer, and a staffing agency. So again, we just read in the Wikipedia that they were getting hired out through temporary agencies. We need to find out who these temp agents are, and they need to be held, they need to be prosecuted in the fullest. What you mean temp agencies? What do you mean temp? Oh, hey, sorry y'all, I'm over here. I'm not reading. Hi, Kylie. Kylie comments. Hey, Kai. Okay. So I'm just catching you guys up because the last show I did, we were talking about the Karen who called ICE on the immigrants that were quote unquote slave labored and were there on expired visas, work visas. Okay. So I said that I would come back, that I would do some looking into, and I would come back and see what's going on with Hyundai and see if maybe this Karen was valid. I mean, if she would have exploited this part of Hyundai, I would have been team Karen, period. Because what I'm reading is through the roof. What do you mean that there's temp agencies that are sending these children to go work in warehouses? It says that they have had accidents on forklifts. They said they had people falling and getting injured, but that one of the employees said that they were on the floor where forklift and heavy machinery is being operated. So right now I'm at the part where the Department of Labor, now y'all catch this part. Let me, and also it said, hold on. Also it said in the summarization that they were using temp agencies to go through one agency to go to another agency. Very odd. Sounds like trafficking, which the Karen did say they're trafficking people. She didn't, not once did I hear her say anything about freaking minors, family. I didn't hear her once say anything about minors. But I said I was going to do my own digging, and that's exactly what I have done. Okay. A 13-year-old girl worked up to 50, 60 hours per week at the facility in Alabama over a period of 6 to 7 months. Instead of attending middle school, she worked on an assembly line making parts. In the complaint, the agency also asked the court to require the 3 companies to surrender profits related to the use of oppressive child labor. Because we just heard they only got fined $5,000 because that's the maximum. That's insane. What do you mean? So I can work a child for umpteen freaking years and you're only going to fine me $5,000? So I can make $1 billion off this child and you only going to fine me $5,000? Child boo. And we have a really sick situation in our country with child trafficking and all this weirdo shit. So what's going on, Hyundai? And this wasn't in, by the way, this lawsuit from the Department of Labor against Hyundai is out of Alabama. It is not out of Georgia, where Karen resides. Companies cannot escape liability by blaming suppliers or staffing companies for child labor violations when they are in fact employers themselves, says a solicitor of labor. Okay. In a statement to ABC News on Thursday, Hyundai said, the use of child labor and breach of any labor law is not consistent with the standards and values we hold ourselves as a company. We worked over many months to thoroughly investigate this issue and took immediate and extensive remedial measures, the company said in the statement. We presented all of this information to the U.S. Department of Labor in effort to resolve the matter, even while detailing the reasons why no legal basis existed to impose liability under the circumstances. Unfortunately, the Labor Department is seeking to apply an unprecedented legal theory that would unfairly hold Hyundai accountable for the actions of its suppliers and set a concerning precedent for other automotive companies and manufacturers. We are reviewing the new lawsuit and intend to vigorously defend the company. Last year, the Labor Department investigated 955 cases of child labor violations involving 5,792 children nationwide, including 502 children employed in violation of the hazardous occupation standards. Okay, so they're not just investigating Hyundai, they're investigating others. But you see how their little representative or whoever said this was like, you're setting a concerning precedent for other automotive companies and manufacturers. And as the fuck we should. And as the fuck we should. So this date on this article is 2024. What's the month? So I don't think this has been resolved. This was May 30th, 2024. I'm not sure if this lawsuit has been resolved, but one thing I want to say, family, isn't it mighty interesting that that's one of the departments that had to go, right? Department of Education, Department of Labor, Department of blah, blah, blah. So now we're getting rid of, departments, using that term loosely. Now we're getting rid of people who are supposed to keep up on things like this, right? And then Trump is pushing for companies to come build in America. Come, we're getting rid of all of the regulations, which is weird concerning that Karen was the whistleblower, right? But I guess we have that now tasked with ICE. There's no longer Department of Labor. There's no, there's none of that. If your visa's expired, you're breaking the law, you gotta go. But mind you, the lawsuit I looked up, guys, was freaking minors. They were minors in Alabama. Why didn't Karen bring that to the forefront? Why was it because they weren't Hispanic or Mexican, like I said? Because she came across like she was, I didn't know there was Koreans there. Okay, well, there are. And from what we're hearing, they're minors. So, Hyundai, I'm glad that was exposed, and you are now on the radar of the Lurker. Period. What's up, Roy? But those kids who are being hired, those kids are probably using fake documents that makes them older than what they are. You think that's what it is? I don't know, Roy, but we're going to keep up with it. What's up, Roy? Salute. Hi, Irish. Thank you for coming from Soups. Thank you, baby. Hello. And I like that name, Irish. Luck of the Irish, my love. Okay, so that's what I got on the Hyundai stuff, guys. And I'll keep up with that, and we'll be moving forward. So shout out to Karen for even, having this run across my little desk with her temper tantrum. And hell, I might have to join her fight. Karens unite. Because does she even know about the Alabama situation? I don't know. I might have to go drop that in her little inbox. I might have to say, here, homegirl, here's another round for that chamber of yours. Okay. Tell them to keep the comments on for this one. Okay. Keep the comments on for this one, Karen. All right, y'all. Well, unfortunately, this is so unfortunate. Y'all, we got to switch gears to the Charlie Kirk guy. And I don't want to. Let's not do that yet. Let's not, because it's going to get heavy and I'm going to get irritated, and let's not go there yet. We have bigger fish to fry on a global scale, and it's fucking unfortunate what is going on in the world, y'all. It is unfortunate what is going on in the world. Now, I'm sure y'all probably have not heard this. I'm sure y'all have not heard this, so I'm just going to do a slight 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, hey. Hi, True. Hi, baby. Thank you for coming through. Yes. Well, over here at True, we do down likes, but up likes, down likes, we do down likes because I'm a nothing ass bitch. Okay? She don't need no likes. She a nothing ass bitch. Okay, but hold on, y'all. Let me share this because I don't even know if y'all have heard about this. I don't even know if it's news to y'all. Okay? It is a mess. It's a fucking mess. Okay, let's look at this, family.
Breaking news, Poland is planning to trigger Article 4 of the NATO treaty after dozens of Russian drones entered its airspace last night. Polish and NATO jets ended up shooting down some of the drones, which marks the first time that NATO allied forces have engaged Russian military assets since the Ukraine war began. In response, Poland has triggered Article 4 of the NATO treaty, which calls for a consultation between members when they believe its security is threatened. And it's described as the political precursor to Article 5, which, as we all know, is the collective defense response. Ukraine claims Russia is testing the boundaries as to how far NATO will respond to such a violation, potentially in preparation for something.
What you saying 1212 for, Kelly? What happened? Can y'all hear or no? What? Are y'all able to hear? I'm sorry.
Bigger. Russia has so far not commented on the situation. The question is now, how will NATO respond? In some major breaking news, Poland is planning to trigger Article 4 of the NATO treaty after dozens of Russian drones entered its airspace last night. Polish and NATO jets ended up shooting.
Okay, there was some, y'all could hear it. Okay, so this is news, and it hasn't been put out as breaking news. So again, I went and looked for myself, and you are able to do the same. Okay? Article 4, like that guy said, hasn't really been something that's needed to happen. Okay? But you can go search it up. Hi, Ocean. Hi, baby. You can go search it up for yourself. Let me get this off the screen. Associated Press has it covered. I don't know why that's not breaking news, but of course it's because we've had the Charlie Kirk incident. But y'all, I don't know what the fuck Russia has going on or who gives them the right to go over. If you look at the map, they've been sending missiles a certain route this whole time. I don't know what gave them who does that? And there's more. There was a building hit. There was some damage. They were, I think 2 or 3 of them were shot down. Just unfortunate times that we're facing right the freak now. But it's going to force Trump to, does he stand with NATO? Or what's up? Or what's up? Backs against the wall, Trump. Who you going for? Okay? It's crucial times out here globally. Okay? Let alone nationally, let alone locally, let alone in your district. It's fucking crucial times out here. Okay? Real spill. You got to pick a side, Trump. You got to pick a side. Baby. So they're at Article 4. They have not pushed it to Article 5. And baby, and 5 be my number, y'all. If you know me, shoot, 5 be my number. All right, well, let's switch gears. What time is it? It's 9:40. I got a few more. Let's switch gears, family. Let me come in here and mod y'all. I'm sorry. Who's not? Ocean, you're not modded. Let me mod you, mama. Hold on. Okay. But let's switch gears. We're going to come over here to Charlie Kirk. Now, I'm not laughing because it's funny. Y'all know I have a very nervous tick about me. Well, if you don't, let me introduce myself because Stinson did give me a shout out and she did drop my link. So shout out to Stinson. We love you, baby. And I didn't even drop down in your chat for all of that, but I do appreciate you. Sometimes I laugh or I giggle. I get very uncomfortable. It's just a tick of mine. Well, y'all, Charlie Kirk, the world are here in America. I won't say the world, but it has gone global. He's out there. I'm going to play a snippet. Trigger warning. Here we come. Okay? I'm just letting you know now. Trigger warning. If you are sensitive, please exit the building. This is not the place for you. Okay? Am I done over here? No, I think I had some more I wanted to pull up, so I'll leave that tab open. All right. This is a resurface clip.
Deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe. Sure. Utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. Wow. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe. Sure. Utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. Wow. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in.
Okay, so I let it play a couple times so we could all hear it, family. Okay, this is the man that was just now shot in the neck. It was a kill shot. Again, we are adults here, but I will give y'all a trigger warning for your feelings. And if you get woozy talking about blood, I will not post the video. I won't share the video of the kill shot, but trust and believe, I love to lurk and I'll be all up in the business. There was no surviving that. I don't, even if you got immediate, there was no surviving that shot. He was leaking for real. Y'all, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to keep it a buck. I did pray over this podcast before I went live, and I said, God, come on to me. And the message that kept coming to me today was, there's power in the tongue. And sure enough, I got sent that clip. And it's just like, and we have to understand, if you live by it, if you stand on it, then you die by it and you lay down by it. That doesn't make it a bad thing. It was still a senseless act. But I mean, Charlie seemed, I was not familiar with his game in all aspects, but as far as the political jargon that's been going around, of course I know who he is. I watched him on Jubilee recently. He was just recently talking about the attack situation, and we're gonna get into his tweets. Okay, we're gonna get into his tweets. But if you gonna stand 10 toes down in your faith, which I have some of that pulled up as well, then it is what it is. And Charlie's belief system, he's where, yes, he died. Is it unfortunate for his family? Yes. Was it a senseless fucking act? Yes, it was. But he would not want gun control over it, from his own words. He would not want more chaos over it, from his own words. And I want y'all to know that I don't really, when a political figure, when a celebrity passes away, I don't have a parasocial relationship with these people. If this was a mother of two going to the grocery store, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are dying every single day, people. Charlie Kirk, of course, is more publicized because he's popular and he's this, that, but there's a lot of senseless deaths that are taking place globally, locally, all of those things every freaking day. People are losing their freaking minds. I'm talking like, there's like people running away with their kids to the woods and shit. There's mothers becoming family annihilators. Did y'all hear about that? Or her husband had brain cancer, so she took the whole family out except for the toddler. And it's just like another woman it is every other freaking day. There is bombing going on. There is kids this is every day. So if y'all ain't got it together, get it together. That's all I can say. And I think Charlie stood on business, and I don't think he would want, I don't know what he would want. I'll just say his words described what he wanted and how he wanted to be perceived. Okay. Let me share his Twitter with you guys. This is what I was lurking through earlier. And actually, no, let me share this one first. Hold on. Let me show you, because this is a cute one with his wife. And I said, it kind of humanizes him. It shows you his daily life. Let me share this one here. Boop. Let's go here, family. Look at this one.
Okay, everybody, we're having a wonderful hike here. in an undisclosed location, not in Arizona.
Not in Arizona.
It could be in Arizona, though. So a lot of people are asking us about dating advice.
Yes.
So my piece of dating advice for men is, or for all people, save yourself for marriage. Nothing is more attractive than someone that has 0 as a body count. What's your advice?
That's a good one. I would say don't cheat on your spouse. And if you are cheating on your spouse, definitely do not take them to a Coldplay concert.
Seems like good advice.
But just don't cheat on your spouse.
Do not commit adultery.
Correct.
Also, if you're a man, be interesting. Point towards something good. Leave a comment.
If
God
you're a
bless
woman,
you.
be interesting too. Just be interesting.
That is true.
Yeah.
Both people should be interesting. Everyone should be interesting. Read books, philosophy, religion. Stop drinking. Stop doing all that bad stuff. And you too can be happy.
You tell him, baby. You tell him.
Okay, everybody, we're happy.
I mean, he looked happy, don't he? He looked like he just, right? He does have some hardcore political views. I will not deny that. And I don't agree with everything he's talked about at all. And there are some things I have agreed with. Nothing deserved this. This is the last video before he...
That's a lot of people you tell
And look, I've already been lurking and doing the most. Let me go back and I'm going to show you where I think. Right or
We're going to be here for a couple hours.
Right around here is where I think that little shooter was. There was another video that came out. It's on my Twitter. I'll see if it's still there. They show somebody.
We're going to be here for a couple hours. Get comfortable. Bring the best libs that Utah has to offer.
Yeah. So that's his last post on the TikTok. Here it says crime. Let's see. This one's talking about crime.
To crime, retributive justice in our criminal justice system is dangerous. If you
give me an example,
I feel intention is a lot more important than you're saying it is.
I don't. Just because you're poor and you commit a crime, it's insulting other poor people that don't commit crimes, saying that poverty is an excuse to crime.
I think intention. What I mean by intention is how much control someone had over their decision. I think there's a lot of social. Pardon?
You're a free being. You have total agency over your decisions.
I think a lot of the relevant science is starting to disagree with that idea.
Yes. So on the quantum level, that's not true. And by the way, the world can be deduced more than a series of cause and effect. You know why? We have this miraculous thing called reason. It's called logos in John 1. You probably studied it in theology class. Logos means you could change and pivot immediately. It means you are not set and bound to the previous atoms that came before you. Reason means you could do deductibility, you can have rationality, freedom of choice. You made a choice to come here tonight. Now, the relevant neuroscience, which Sam Harris is a part of in his book, Moral Landscape, he would say, well, we're all just kind of a combination of cause and effect. What we think is free will is not free will. That's silly. And I'm going to tell you why. Because in the beginning was the Logos, and the Logos was God, and the Logos became God, right? And John 1 is there for a reason to show us that the Logos is a properly ordered universe, that free beings can point up and aim high, find virtue and eternity. You see, the issue with the neuroscientist argument is that it's impossible to prove, but it's impossible to disprove. Determinism, which is basically what you're beginning to enter into, takes way more faith than believing in free will.
I think when it comes to
Child bottom, I mean, say what? Wiki, 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 what? Wiki, 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 what? Hi, Diva. Bye, Diva. Hi, bye. Wiki, 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 what? Okay, and by the way, I also wanted to put this out here, not as a bad thing, but I was lurking through some YouTube videos, and I was lurking through Charlie's YouTube. I mean, Charlie. Charlie. Through Charlie's YouTube, and he was talking to, it was like his highlight reel or something. And they were like, why are you here talking to college kids? You're 30 years old. And he was like, are you old enough to vote? And they were like, yes. And he's like, well, I'm talking to voters. I'm not just, I'm not at high schools or, middle schools or anything. I'm here to talk to voters. He's very calm and collect with his answers and direct. But then he went on to say that he doesn't even have a college degree. And I was thoroughly impressed by that. But you can never, do not confuse intelligence with education. It is. It is. That's why we're playing some of this. It is. It is. But that was my message that when I had prayed, that's what had come to me, the power of the tongue. And let me pull it up exactly what it was. It was this. It's in my clipboard. Boom. There you go. It's in my clipboard. Okay. And I'm over here for all the people that came from Stinson. This is the podcast channel that's highlighted. Oh, I should probably drop its link. Hold on. I was going to do that. Wait, I already have that saved too. Hold on. For those that are coming from Stinson, this is, I can't drop it because I'm not a mod. Oh, dang it. Oh, I'm doing the most over here. Okay. Let me come over here and let me drop the link over here. Okay. Here we go. No, that was me, Oshun. That's me. I was supposed to be dropping the link for the people that came from Stinson for the podcast channel. I was supposed to be doing that, and then I just pulled up YouTube, and I was still on my CCC. Okay, that's me. Okay, for those who came from Stinson, right here's the link for the CCC podcast with Godmama and Lurker. This is my backup channel, the N.A.B. We do a lot of the shows that I'm doing today, usually over on the CCC, but life has been lifing, so I'm just doing little catch-ups here and there. Okay, so there's the link. But this is the scripture that came to me. Proverbs 18:21, the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. That's it. That's all. She's doing good, Roy. She's doing good. Everybody send your love to Godmama. Everyone send your love to Godmama. Sometimes it feels awkward coming up here and everybody's like, Lurker and Godmama. And I'm like, oh, it's just Lurker today. Anyways, back to Charlie Kirk. So that was just and that's not a bad thing. That's not always a bad thing. If you stand on it and you believe it, then it's not a bad thing that you eat the fruit of it. You were standing, what's the young kids say all the time? We standing on business. To me, I feel like Charlie Kirk stood on business on a lot of things. So yes, there is irony of it. But I feel like, what'd he say, family? Should we go back and watch it? What'd he say, family? Let's watch it. What'd he say, family?
In a complete alternate universe, utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. Wow. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is
the power of the tongue, family. You heard him. He is okay. So you know what? He stood 10 toes down and he was one of them. And it be like that sometimes. You never freaking know when it's your time to go. So if you're right with God or your beliefs or whatever you are, if you right, then it is what it is. And on the same day, there was a school shooting. Let me not bypass that, Charlie. Rest in peace. But we have other students out there. Colorado shooting also took place yesterday. Not sure of the injuries on that one. Who's Tommy Robinson? Who is that? I don't know them. Yin gang in this thing. Yin gang in this thing. Who is that? Amen. Okay. Yin gang in this thing. Period. Hi, Layton. Hi, baby. Godmama, yay. Thank y'all for sending love to Godmama. Let's put it up. Here, let me get in the comments with y'all because I've been zoned out over here. I'm sorry. You know, I start reading the screen and I'll be zoned out. Ooh wee. True says stop it. Never. Kylie says she agreed with that. Okay. The irony of his words. Diva Tomboy, she's bored. I know. That's why I went live. I was a little bored too, girl. People always talk about the power of the tongue. They do. They do. And I mean, some people talk about it like, just because I got it from scripture, some people talk about it like it's karmic debt or karma or whatever. What you put out is what you receive. The golden rule, you know, do unto others. I mean, it don't matter what religion you really are. That's kind of like I said, the golden rule. You know what I'm saying? If you cool with it, like you said, out of your own words, hey, you know, if we got to sacrifice a couple bodies to keep our gun rights, and somebody said, bet. And these people are sick. I mean, these people are sick, guys, because it's not just Charlie. Like I said, we had a school shooting. It's just endless. And I don't want to keep harping on it because it's really draining, taxing energy. But baby, if you are not alert, please be alert today. Freshen up your senses, whether you meditate, pray, or fast, or indulge, or whatever you do to recenter your chakras. Whatever you got to do. Well, they say go hug a tree. Whatever you got to do to realign, do it so you can be sharper. Baby, prepare now so you ain't got to get ready later for anything and everything, because we also talked about what's going on in NATO. We got Poland giving us an Article 4. Like, what? Oh, okay. Yin yang in this thing. Hey, Annie. Hi, baby. Thank you for, I guess Kylie shared me out. Okay, Kaka. I see y'all. Y'all sharing me out tonight. Okay. My Cash App is in the description. Feel free to share that way too. No, I'm just kidding. No kidding. Someone from England. Who? Someone from England. Who? Oh, sure. These school shootings are running rampant. I'm telling you, Roy. What? These little iPad kids done grew up, y'all. They done grew up. So boo. Will saying hello. James is saying hello to Godmama. There's Grandma Sherry. Hello from Soups. Hey, let me drop my link. Am I in the right thing? If you're from Soup, this is my podcast channel. Okay. Thank you for coming through. Feels like it happens every month, every something. And if it's not every month, there's something not shooting wise, but some kind of attack, or it was a concert or a church, or you know what I'm saying? If it's not a school, it's something else. It's a what do they call those? The shopping centers, shopping malls. Like, it's getting ridiculous. And it's not just gun violence. If y'all look up knifings, like the bus situation that just happened, this nigga pulled out his little pocket knife and killed this little girl. Or I don't know if she was little, she was probably grown, but younger than me. So this young woman, like, what? Just be prepared. That's all I'm saying. Just know. Till it knocks on their door. Okay. All right. Well, let's get back. We'll having people coming over shortly. Just wanted to say, hey, everyone. All right, Layton. Thank you for coming through. Okay. 100. Don't be scared. Be prepared. Be prepared. Okay. All right. Let's go. I mean, look at, I don't know. They said crime was down. Now we got National Guard. I mean, do not take anything for face value. And I had another random thought I want to share with y'all real quick, and then we'll get back to because I've got something else I want to pull up, and then I got to get up out of here. But I want to. What was my thought? I had a thought, and I took note of it. Oh, it was random. Imagine how quickly imagine how quickly history can be revised without all the digital evidence. We have created a society globally, damn near globally, and we're trying to implement it everywhere. Tech, tech, tech. Elon out there pumping Starlinks to everybody. You get an iPhone, you get an iPhone. You know how many digital records, well, I mean, like that. Like that. No proof of it, no this. We don't have proof. I mean, that's another thing to be aware of. Yes, your digital thumbprint, but also have like a real, what do they say, like a carbon footprint. Get you a carbon, you know what I'm saying? You better have you some books. You better have you some how-to books, okay? Do yourself a favor and cut off the lights for 24 hours in your house and see how much you're able to accomplish. Get ready. You ain't got to stay ready. That's right. It was. That's right, Grandma. It was. The rewriting of history is the premise of Orwell's 1984. Baby, they think they got it going on, don't they? All right, a little bit more here with Charlie Kirk. Let me scroll through. I think I'm kind of done with his TikTok. We can jump over here to his Twitter. Again, if you are sensitive, check them feelings at the door, because some of the things he says these are not my views. Okay. Charlie Kirk over here talking about if you want things to change, it's 100% necessary to politicize the senseless murder of, I don't know how to say her name, Irina. Okay. The young Ukrainian girl, because it was politics that allowed a savage monster with 14 priors to be free on the streets to kill her. He's also over here saying official Black Lives Matter account justifying the murder of Irina, Ukrainian girl. I haven't seen this video. Is somebody justifying that?
You gotta have the right to violence. All oppressed people have a right to violence. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's
Wait,
like
what?
You gotta have the right place. You gotta have the right.
Hold on, family. I ain't seen this, so bear with me.
Have a right to violence. All oppressed people have a right to violence. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's like the right to pee. You gotta have the right place. You gotta have the right time. You gotta have the appropriate situation. And I'm absolutely convinced that this is it. Have a right to violence.
Well, that's a tricky one. You have a right to defend yourself. Yes, you do. Can defending yourself sometimes look violent? Absolutely, it can. So let's not take this little clip and start pulling it out of context or things like that. This gentleman over here did not look oppressed by any means. I mean, he had the right to carry a knife. He had the right to, you know what I'm saying, be on the city bus. He had a right to sit, you know what I'm saying, all that. So back to Charlie and his. So that's the kind of stuff he had going on his Twitter focus lately. He is pointing out the judge that released the man. I don't know if she released him 14 times, but yeah. Charlie is extremely right-wing, I guess is what you would say. Insane. And now this will just be fuel to the fire. Unfortunately, this will just be fuel to the fire for the other side, and just tit for tat. I don't know. Stay prayed up. Stay prepared. Don't really have much else to offer on that. Besides Hyundai, we will be keeping our eyes on you, since y'all like to hire children through temp agencies. That's another thing I'll leave off on that. What is these temp agencies? We need this. It is so sick. It's the way corporations have been allowed to bypass so many other regular mandated criterias and orders of operations is insane to me. Like, if you have children on your damn property doing something, even now, if I host a party and there's minors on my property drinking, who gets held responsible? Me? Me? Me. So why should Hyundai be any different? If you got minors working 15, 16-year-olds working 60 hours a week running equipment, no. And the fine shouldn't be $5,000. Revoked. But it's because it brings in jobs, it brings in incentives, it brings in revenue, it brings in blah, blah, blah. We're willing to sacrifice. Ain't that about a bitch? We will sacrifice our luxuries and our this. Baby, you... Sacrifice, all right. We're going to have to. If we want change. That's another thing I used to talk about. What's up, me mug? Hi, baby. Where you been? Where the hell you been, mean mug? Let me hit you up. Another thing too, though, back in the day when they would like boycott stuff, y'all, they would really boycott it. Okay? Everybody the newer generation want to bring up Rosa Parks. It's the boycott. Yes, Rosa Parks set it off in this mother, but it was the boycott. I think they walked for 9 months or something. And the bus company they were closing down. Yeah. It's because they sacrificed their comfort of the bus and started walking their ass where they needed to go. Period. Oh, well, Rosa Parks' husband had a car, okay? And so did the white bitch who wanted her seat. Oh, I didn't mean to say it like that. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it like that. I'm sorry. I got lost in the sauce. And so did that white lady who wanted her seat. Oh, gosh. You working hard? Good. That's what's up. All right. Well, I'm out of here, y'all. It's 10:10. That sounds like a good time to get up out of here. Thank y'all for being here. Please hit the up like. Shout out to Stinson. She showed some love. And Kylie, y'all in here sharing the page out. That's what's up. I'm not sure when I'll come back, but y'all go look at these things. Go look at what Poland is asking of NATO. See how Russia's moving and grooving. And also, check on your loved ones too. Make sure they're doing okay. Because there's a lot of crazy shit going on. Okay? There's a lot of crazy shit going on. We have no moral stamina. Today, yes. Yes. That's right. I do too. Grandma. And we like to express them freely. It was messed up. Red Ball It Back. We talked some about it. We talked a little bit about it, mean mug. All right, there's no outro for y'all today. I'm just up off here. All right, y'all be easy. Peace. Love you dearly. Goodbye.